In this week's reading, we learn about women in the workforce. Not only are women primarily the dominant breadwinners of the family, but they also dominate in the household chores and child rearing and just pretty much domestication in general, cooking, cleaning, that kind of thing. Even though some homes, they are divided with household work and stuff between the husband and the wife. Most of the time those are higher educated homes. Sometimes that does occur, but the majority of the time it is the women's job to go home and clean and cook and all that stuff. And not only did we learn about women of today, we read about historical events that have led to women in the workforce, and not only for Caucasian women, but for African American women, Latinos, Asian women, Native American women, and how the effect of the European style of a household has affected these cultures, and how they came to be the way they are now. You can look at such events as like World War I and World War II, and where during the war the women were encouraged to go into the workplace, but shortly afterwards society was trying to reassign them back in the home and back into the housewife and that kind of thing. We also read about women in the workplace as higher up, like CEOs and successful businesswomen, and we read that they get paid less than men to do the same job in the same role. Also, there's a little bit of the reading that talks about how women are less likely to help other women because they want to kind of conform to their male counterparts, and like on a board, they want to be able to get along with everyone and they don't want to be the outcast. And this isn't only true for women, this is also true for ethnic groups in the higher committees and CEOs and boards and that kind of thing.
A new study by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development shows that across the developed world, women do far more of the unpaid domestic work that keeps households running, even when they're also putting in many hours at work. Men, it's true, tend to put in many hours at jobs than women do, but when you add together the total number of hours of work, both paid and unpaid, women work more than men in all but a handful of developed countries. In the US, on average, women put in 21 minutes a day more at work and at home than men do. According to the article, the real difference between paid and unpaid work is what we might call the chore gap. American men put in about 5 hours a day on the job, women put in 4, but women make up the difference and then some at home, putting in a little over 4 hours on housework and childcare compared to only 2.7 hours for men. The work of raising children still falls mostly on mothers and not fathers. Obviously, women who work fewer hours earn less. They also tend to earn less per hour and get fewer benefits. It's hard for women to put in the hours necessary to compete in high-pressure jobs when they're pulling in double duty at home.
How do you feel when it comes down to household work? Do you feel all the women are obligated to do it all by themselves?
I do not feel that way. I feel like I have part in that also because it is my house.
And then, what is your opinion about women being paid less than men, even though they both have the same job description and title?
I don't think it's fair at all. I feel like everyone should be paid the same amount if they have the same job.